Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Quality Management System Lead Auditor course. This course is approved by CQI-IRCA in accordance with CQI-IRCA criteria PR 328. This course has been designed and developed by TCB SART worldwide and has been independently assessed and approved by CQI. This demonstrates that TCB has process and systems in place to deliver certified courses meeting the highest quality standard demanded by CQI-IRC. PCB is a worldwide organization specializing in offering quality, occupational health and safety, environmental management system, and other technical training, management system assessment in the field of quality, occupational health and safety, environment, food safety, business continuity information, security management system, and quality verification services for products, vendor inspection services, quality verification services worldwide. This is our approval granted by IRCA as an approved training partner. This also requires each course is approved by CQI IRCA. So this quality management system auditor training program is also approved by CQI IRCA. A little bit of information about IRCA. IRCA is the only chartered body in UK dedicated entirely to quality. And IRCA is a specialist division dedicated for management system auditor training and certification. The CQI leads the quality profession and dedicated for promotion of quality through the key competencies of governance, assurance, and improvement. We hope you will enjoy the course, and this IRC approval makes this course as the most recognized program and the certification in the world. This is the same course which is recognized in Europe, USA, Middle East, India, or Far East, or anywhere in the world. So you have rightly chosen the program which has got international acceptability and presented by an organization which is approved directly by IRC. Let me give a brief course content. The first chapter is course introduction, then terms and definition of quality management system. This is a part of advanced learning, advanced preparation. We will, however, go over the program and I will give more highlights on the blended learning program, how you are going to prepare yourself for this particular course. We'll have to have a thorough understanding of ISO 9001 2015 standard, which you can gain from foundation course. And of course, TCB has got a lot of learning resources in our portal, in public domain YouTube videos, and you can prepare yourself also by self-learning. And we'll talk about how you demonstrate your readiness to join our course for the Auditor program. We'll have an overview of the standard to assess your understanding of the standard, because this foundational knowledge, you have to demonstrate your competence that you have a good understanding of the requirement and can really assess conformity. We'll go over the standard to have an overview and clarify your questions during a short overview session. Once this is done, we are going to get inside more into roles and responsibilities of auditors. You will prepare checklists and you will learn how to make checklists. You will learn how to plan, and you have to prepare an audit plan. You will learn how to prepare plan for an audit and practice developing an audit plan. Then you are going to perform simulated audit of quality management system. We have totally 17 case studies. Some of them are tasks, individual and group tasks, and some of them are role play. So you are going to take part of these very interesting, engaging sessions where you are going to produce some of your output individually and as a group. In some of them, you are going to lead as a team leader. Some of them, you are going to participate as a team member. And by doing that, you will have a wonderful, engaging learning where you can practice the learning and enjoy the learning sessions. You will learn the certification and accreditation process and also an overview of IRCA registration process. We have already prepared videos on this, which you are going to get access through our LMS once you register for the blended learning course. This course is designed for 40 hours seat time. In other words, you are going to get 4 CEU when we are conducting ISET exam, and the duration of IRCA course is considered to be 40 hours. In the 10% time is acceptable for refreshment breaks. The course structure includes tutorials, quizzes, discussions, case studies, exercises, and you are going to give a presentation. And at the end, we'll have an examination and you will learn also IRC registration process. A little bit of brief about TCB CERT Worldwide. TCB CERT Worldwide is an international organization registered in the United States of America. It has got also its operational headquarters in Kuwait, based in Kuwait and in India. And we operate around 21 countries in the globe through the partnership network of our partners. We are involved in quality management system, occupational health and safety, environmental management system, training and audit and third party inspection services worldwide. We have got very few associates, quite difficult for getting our association because we want to place a very high standard and demanding standard for our affiliates to be our partner to organize and present training on our behalf. We have got only one at the moment training partner, our affiliate associate from TCB Nigeria. And also we have got a new partner under consideration from Australia. So these are the two affiliates who can conduct training on our behalf when the whole programs are controlled by us and the exams are of course controlled by IRCA now. The aim of the course and learning objectives. Provide knowledge. This course will provide you the knowledge and the skills to perform first, second, and third party audit of quality management system against ISO 9001 2015 standard in accordance with ISO 19011 and 17021 standards as applicable. 9001 2015 is the requirement standard or the criteria. So the certification will be against the criteria. The audit will be done against ISO 9001. And how we are doing audit, plan, perform, report, and follow up is conducted as per the guideline provided by ISO 19011 and also 17021 standard. 17021 is an international standard how an accreditation is granted to a certification body. So while certification bodies are conducting an audit to certify a client organization, they have to follow 70,021 standard. Learning objective at the end of the course, successful participants will have the knowledge on the purpose and benefit of quality management system, understand the requirement of the quality management system and its processes. You will get a thorough understanding of the certification process and the business benefit of improved performance once you apply quality management system. You will learn the roles and responsibilities of the auditor to plan, conduct, report, and follow up an audit in accordance with ISO 19011 as well as 17020 standard. Learners will develop skill. You are going to practice. We are going to share some of the knowledge and we will have engaging sessions where you can ask questions. We give you the concepts. We share the concepts. Once you have learned the concepts, it made sense of it, then you are going to practice it. By doing the practice, you are developing the skill of auditing. So once you complete the program, you are going to take part in some tasks and role play individually as well as group. And by doing so, you will develop the skill to plan, conduct, report, and follow up quality management system audit in accordance with 19,011 and 17,021 standard. Training process. It's a blended learning process. It's a blended learning mode we are going to deliver this program. Trust me, this is one of the most fascinating process of the technology has given us a great opportunity to offer the training in a virtual mode, in a blended mode where you can commit yourself to do certain amount of studies yourself. Trust me, blended learning needs very high degree of personal commitment to excellence and developing a career as an auditor. And those who are joining in a blended mode, I give a lot of respect because by doing that, you are actually committing to invest some amount of time to develop yourself, develop specific knowledge and the skill on the quality management system and other management system auditing. So in the blended learning, you are going to actually join our course and you will get access to our LMS and you will complete the self-study using our LMS. During your studies, which is to be completed within 3 months' time, 90 days, you have to complete the entire self-study within 90 days, within 3 months' time. In this program, we have created videos that you will go through the videos. There are some text content, there are some presentation slides, and after this, there will be some kind of task and some kind of assignment and the quizzes. Once you do this, there's a drip content system. So once you complete one chapter, complete the quiz, and then possibly there are some assignments. Send the assignments. We'll look at the assignments and come back to you. And then once you complete this, you can go to the next chapter. And by doing this, the chapters which are identified for self-learning, which are mandatorily have to complete, once you have done this, you are going to write the end of the self-learning quiz. Once you complete this, you are going to get a certificate of completion of self-learning as a prerequisite for you to join the tutor guided session, which will be conducted every month by TCB, and you have to join this course within 3 months' time. During this period, you have to complete the workshops and the case studies with the tutor guided program. This could be done in person, right? And it could be done in virtual mode. So during this course, you are going to actually ask questions. We'll ask your suggestions while presenting the new concept, reviewing the documents of Universal Motor Service Company, which is our case study of simulated a kind of a role model car service station. It's wonderful, a case study that you have developed in performing the task, individual and as a group. And participants, you are going to assume the role of an auditor, all the lead auditor as assigned by us as the tutoring team on behalf of TCB and the certification body, and preparing and performing a simulated audit of Universal Motor Service Company, an imaginary motor service company for certification client. So we are going to act as an auditee. You are going to act as a lead auditor and auditor in preparing to audit our company, which is Universal Motor Service Company. We have a fantastic video we have developed, course material, and the case studies, which are basically the very same way you are going to perform audit. So when you are asking, you have done contract review, can you show the contract review? So we are going to provide the evidence of that. You are going to ask, where is your training records? And we are going to provide a training record. So you are going to look at it and make sense whether it is acceptable to you or otherwise. So it's going to be very, very real kind of a learning. And then you will audit. As an auditor, you are going to perform an interview session, and I or my co-trainers or our trainers are going to act as an auditee, and they are going to provide response to your question and provide evidence from the case study that we have developed, right? And you need to then assess the degree of conformity or otherwise. The tutoring team, as I said, will act as an auditee and provide response to your questions as it happens in real life. In case of inadequacy, the participants, you are going to raise non-conformity and corrective action or an opportunity for improvement, right? The factual report of observation shall be prepared. You will have to prepare a factual audit report and submit it the very same way it is done in a certification scenario. The prior knowledge. For this course, you need to have certain prior knowledge. IRC does not allow a clause-wise discussion or learning or sharing clause by clause discussion on the standard. These are all part of prior learning, which you should have. You must have. So what we have done, we have developed a lot of self-learning resources, and you can go through in our LMS and complete this one and complete a short exam that shows that you are really ready. Now, if you are joining for a blended learning program, then you have to really do more exhaustive self-learning as a part of your self-learning part before you join. So at that case, you have to give first an eligibility to join the course. Then once you join, you will complete your self-study, online self-learning using our LMS. You will get a certificate of completion of the self-learning, and then you can join our course, right? So at that point of time, you have to demonstrate your knowledge on the PDCA model and the core element of management system standard. We'll have an overview of ISO 9001 standard to clarify your doubts, and if you have got any doubts or any questions, you can of course ask, and a short discussion, an overview is acceptable to IRCA. Fundamental concepts of 7 quality management principles. We'll have an overview, and we have got a prior learning, self-learning material on this. It's one of the most important and most fascinating area for learning is the 7 quality management principles. If you really want to be a great auditor, you need to really have a thorough understanding of a 7 quality management principle that sets you apart and keeps you ahead of curve and ahead of other auditors. Trust me, this is one of the most fascinating and enjoyable session you will have, and this knowledge will make you an outstanding auditor. And then we'll have an overview, and these management principles will be embedded and integrated in the standard, and you have to look for those evidences where those principles have been addressed in the standard. And of course, you have to demonstrate your understanding on ISO 9001 standard. So there'll be conformity assessment case studies, and also we will ask some quiz questions to clarify your doubts. Prior learning, as I said, are not covered during the lead auditor course, but you can have an overview and have some questions to clarify your doubt. Tutoring team for this blended learning, self-learning part, I have been the developer and the designer for the course material and the videos. I had to do a bit in a hurry, so you might find that there might be room for improvement, but what I can tell you, the content is quite rich, and we are going to go over, and I'll be available to provide guidance to you within 24 hours. We'll create a WhatsApp group, all right? And then you can send your question through TCB portal as well as WhatsApp group, and you can send me the questions. A little bit of brief about myself. I'm basically a mechanical engineer, and I did my engineering in 1985, quite some time ago, from University of Calcutta. And then I've been quite fortunate to work in various industries. And this particular case study that I've developed is based on an automotive car service station. The first company that I started my career was an automobile manufacturing company. So we are manufacturing cars. And I was fortunate to work with Isuzu companies, engineers from Japan. So that gave a fantastic exposure to car service manufacturing and servicing process. I was sitting in the car service stations of our organization, how we are interacting with the customer and offering the after sales services. So that experience was so fascinating, and that learning I've just considered while I developed this case study for this program. And I'm sure you will thoroughly enjoy it as much as I enjoyed developing this program. So after automobile engineering, I've worked in heavy engineering. I've worked as a third-party inspection company engineer. I've been involved in offshore and oil and gas, onshore oil and gas. I've been quite fortunate to work in the entire Middle East and India and almost 70 countries in the world where I was kind of lucky to serve many customers. All those experiences really enriched my understanding. I was quite fortunate to work with some of the finest people in the world. And those experiences have been put together while I developed this course. And then I was involved for offering quality management system lead auditor training since 1998, so quite some time now. I was involved in a lot of audits, certification audits. I led more than 100 companies in the region for quality management, occupational health and safety, and environmental management system, and trained many, many auditors across the globe. That's what I am. In this program, we are going to use accelerated learning technique. And accelerated learning is a concept when we are using different training techniques, tutoring techniques. Each one of the learner has different learning preferences. What we do is we try to apply accelerated learning techniques where we act as a facilitator for the learning. We act as the catalyst for learning, help the learners to learn and engage them by high level of interactivity so that they learn by doing. They do more activities. So typically it is 80-20%. 80-20 rules we follow. 80% of the time they are engaged either by asking questions, doing some tasks and activities, workshops, and playing roles. And 20% of the time we share concepts and interact with them. That's the kind of time distribution broadly. Right. The course timing will be in accordance with the schedule that we are going to give. Once you complete the self-learning part, within next 90 days, you have to attend a tutor guided session, which can be done either in virtual learning or in person course. Now, the timetable could be different. We are customizing this to to make it more convenient for you. For example, there could be 6 half days program, 4 hours. 24 hours can be divided 4 into 6. So in 6 days we can do that. Or if it is convenient, we can run 8 hours program. So we can complete in 3 days. But 24 hours minimum is a mandatory requirement, and that much time you need to develop the skill and practice and complete all the workshops and case studies. You have to have a respect for the local culture and customs and regulations and courtesy to all participants. See, as an auditor, you are going to work in different geographies. One of the most important aspect of the auditors are that you must be thorough about the local customs and culture. If you are not aware of this, you will not be able to mix with the local and with your customer, and you miserably fail to meet their expectation and get success as an auditor. And that's very, very vital. The requirement for the breaks, we'll have the breaks every hour. We'll have 5-10 minutes breaks and lunch and prayer breaks as required. Sometimes we may have a disruption in internet once we are doing it, but we'll all remain connected through WhatsApp. So we can even communicate through WhatsApp, and if a small group, we can possibly do these exercises during this program with kind of discussions. Mobile phones. Request you to keep all your mobile phones in silent mode because this causes a lot of disruptions. And we have to agree to disagree, yet accept views of others. Auditing is a process where there may be some amount of subjectivity of interpretation of certain things, certain areas. So there may be certain issues where you may have some amount of disagreement with the auditee and the auditor, with your team of auditors, but then we'll have to agree to the majority view. You may disagree, but still accept the view of the others. So the course structure is tutorials, group discussions, workshops. There are 17 case studies. And the course material consists of course notes, which you will be able to download online, ISO standards, which are also available online, and you can download 9001, 9000, and 19011, 2018. Book of exercises, we are going to provide workshop exercises, output forms, and the feedback output forms are also available for your download from TCB website. The method of delivery, self-learning, you are going to have within 90 days using TCB LMS. You will get access to TCB LMS, Learning Management System. You will be registered and we can monitor your performance and the progress. You yourself can also have your own monitoring and see where, how far you have progressed, and if somewhere you are lagging. So you have to complete your self-learning within 90 days, and then you are joining the virtual learning session. There'll be an examination conducted by IRC within 30 days of course completion. You have to complete your examination within 30 days once your name is enrolled in IRCA portal by TCB. Once you join, we'll enroll you and upload your data in IRCA portal, and you will receive a unique learner number and then get a practice a link so that you can practice for 30 days, as many as 99 times. You can practice, and within 30 days you must write the exam. Otherwise you are going to lose one opportunity. You are going to get two chances to write. So I have got a video on this, the tutoring guide. I've given a guide which is available online. I've given a very elaborate guide on the examination process, how you should attempt and prepare yourself for the exam. So you have to pass the exam. Our success is also assessed based on the success of the learners. In last few programs, we've got 100% success, which is a great feeling once we are trying to help our learners to gain the best knowledge. So once you are knowledgeable, once you gain the right kind of knowledge, there is no way that you can fail in the IRC exam, where it is open book, right? And you can refer the notes taken, you can refer the standard. It test your understanding, not your memory. Therefore, you need to really have a thorough understanding of the standard, how to audit and what to audit, what objective evidence to look for, where to look for, and things like that. Once you have done this, you are done, and you are going to refer the latest standard. Some assessment process, you'll be thoroughly evaluated during the entire duration of the training. So continuous assessment you have to pass. Then you write the written exam. Then once you pass, there are 50% mark. There are 5 sections. In all sections, which is conducted online by IRC, you have to score 50% average and 50% in all 5 sections. Once you pass, we are going to issue a certificate with the IRCA logo and our logo, which will be accepted worldwide. And for your registration with IRCA, if you want to as an auditor somewhere down the line in your profession. Now imagine the continuous assessment, somebody passed, but in the written test they failed. So one exam within 1 year, they can take a retest within 1 year. Once and the retest they complete successfully, then you will get the certificate of successful completion from the effective date of the training completion. Now, if somebody fails in the continuous assessment, they are not going to be allowed to write the exam. However, if they write the exam, if somebody is interested to write the exam, okay, we want to see that how is the question. For example, somebody could not attend the full program for whatever reason, personal reasons, or whatever reason, someone could not complete the full program, and they will not be qualifying for the written test. They will be considered unsuccessful in the continuous assessment, that they'll fail in the continuous assessment. With failed results in continuous assessment, they cannot write the exam. So even if in the written test they pass, they will not be granted certification. Continuous assessment will be based on the continuous discussions, response to the question that we raise as a tutor, communication to the class, accuracy of your reporting, that the reports and the workshops presentations that you make, the accuracy of that is also considered. Effective participation in the team activity and the role play. We want to see that you are really engaged in the learning process. You are talking to the group, you are talking to a team leader, or when you are acting as a team leader, you are talking to your group members. And actually, through the engagement of this process, which is done in a real life audit scenario, you are going to complete the program. Clarity, technical soundness of your presentation, and the written presentation assignments that you are going to give. Personal attributes and skill, for example, timeliness of your attendance, your presentation skills, your behavior, your attitude, your diplomacy, the way you ask questions, the way you articulate your thoughts, the way you challenge one of the concept presented by another co-auditor, learning together with you. These are all part of assessment. Your presentation skill, your questioning skills, your interpersonal skills, all these things are part of assessment process. Punctuality we mentioned, and your overall switchability as an auditor. We have mentioned about the exam, it is 1 hour 45 minutes. So if you are a British guy and you are writing the exam in English, you are going to get only 1 hour 45 minutes. But if you're an Indian and your first language is not English, or an Arab where your first language is not English, then you are going to get 30 minutes extra time. And in that case, you will get 2 hours 15 minutes time. You can refer the standards 9000, 9001, 19011, 17021, or whatever standard, a bilingual dictionary, notes taken during the audits, practically everything. You only cannot search any information in the websites and the domain. You cannot use a mobile phone and search any other gadgets. You cannot. I have developed a presentation on the IRC exam process and guide and how to do better results, how to pass IRC exam. Go through that, prepare yourself, and I'm available for any sort of questions and support you need during the preparation, so that you do it well. And in fact, I take so much pride and I feel so happy when our students, our learners, are doing extraordinary results. And that's the greatest satisfaction and the joy we get from all the hard work and working together with them. And we also learn in the process what really works, how the learners learn better, what we can do even better to make sure they learn better. And if you learn better, if you become a great auditor, we consider our efforts are successful. So, and then qualifying marks is 50% mark in all 5 sections you have to score. And one thing is very, very important for you to remember. You cannot go back to the previous question. So once you are done, you are done. Therefore, you take a guideline, document how much time you should spend for section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, and 5. Don't overspend time, because section 3 and 4 has got larger questions, more questions, bigger questions, which will need more time and thought process to write them well. Therefore, reserve the time for those sections. And because you cannot come back to the previous section, so don't exhaust your time leaving only limited time for those important sections. You have got right to appeal. I have to tell you clearly, you have a contract with us that you want to learn and we want to give you the training. So this happens under certain terms and conditions, and we are committed to comply with those things. You are our customer. So we have to give the best of the best that we can, and we promise to deliver. Now, if you are not getting the kind of service that we promise to you, you have reasons to appeal. You can raise appeal to our certification scheme director or managing director of TCB. In this case, it is to me only. However, if I am the person against whom you are going to raise the complaint, there'll be our certification decision committee, and we have got an appeal committee chairman. It will go and have a look at where is the problem, because I will not be able to technically handle the complaints or appeal against me. However, if I find I am really at fault, I have no problem to apologize and give a response back to you. Now, if you are not getting a response within, say, 45 days, for example, you are not getting your results, or you are not happy with the delivery of the training or performance of a tutor, or whatever you feel were not in accordance with your expectation and promised delivery, and you are not getting any response from us within 45 days, you can write back to IRCA and you will get IRCA involved. Very personal note from me. I'm quite passionate about what we do as a provider. I have actually worked relentlessly for more than 2 years. I spent a lot of hours, countless hours, to develop this course material based on the experience and the exposure I had in industries and quality management system in particular. I was quite fortunate to start my journey even before ISO 9000 standard was introduced in 1987, but I was quite fortunate to work with my Japanese counterparts engineers from Isuzu, and we had collaboration when we were making cars in India back home. All these experiences, I tried to put it in almost as real as possible to make this course as one of the most fascinating and rich in content. Also, we try to deliver the best way we can, keeping you in central focus. We are giving prior learning, we are giving extended guidance. We form kind of a communication channel during your preparation time after the program. We customize the training to suit your timing and convenience with one aim that you become a great auditor. I can tell you we are second to none in terms of our commitment to quality. And in the process of delivery, I think we can be compared to one of the best. And that's the reason our delegates and the students, we don't call them students, we call them our delegates or the learners, are doing really well in their professional fields and are heading many organizations. They're working in senior level in many organizations, and it gives me enormous joy. They're driving the organizations from those heights. I sincerely want you to be one of them, and I'm committed to give you the best I can. Let's get started. Happy learning.